Yeah, sorry for the time switches and everything. Oh. At 5:30, we were supposed to have Rich Gannon here today, which is why we went on a little early. We had some technical difficulties with Rich, who was not able to join us. He could not get in here to get it going. So we have to kind of rearrange things a little bit. We're going to get things rolling. We're going to get to all your thoughts, questions, concerns. We're going to be able to do all that today because Rich couldn't get on. So we're going to try to cover all the topics related to the latest Chiefs loss as Kansas City falls to 5-5 on the season following a last-second, heartbreaking, gut-wrenching loss to the Denver Broncos as things get a little more dire as we start to head down now the final 7 games of the season, guys. So we're kind of coming in here. We're a little tired. We're a little wired, and we're just trying to keep this thing on the tracks right now. Melena Smitlin Barrett, how can you help us? Are you here to help?
I'm here to help. My hat. I think things are a little upside down, guys. We're going backwards. We're going in the wrong way, and it was rough. It was really rough. That fourth quarter, it got exciting for a hot second, and then it just died quickly. Noah, you want to start?
Yeah.
Let's just get into it, Noah.
Yeah, because we've got to look at this right here. The AFC West standings, the Chiefs sitting at 5-5, like Clint mentioned. The Chargers lose. We wanted to root for the Jags, so maybe we can get back in the AFC West. But the bad news is now we're kind of not in the AFC West because we lost to the Broncos. They get further ahead. The Chargers come back a little bit, but we're still out of the playoffs because the Jags won. So I think we were rooting for the wrong team there. If you look at the Chiefs' schedule over here on the right, the rest of the way, Colts, we're going to get into that. Tough team coming up. They're third in the AFC right now behind the Broncos and Patriots. Then you got a quick turnaround. You got that Cowboys game on Thanksgiving. Then the Texans, they'll probably have C.J. Stroud back where he's in concussion protocol now, but he'll be back. They've got a really strong defense, kind of mimic a Broncos team. Not as strong, obviously, but that defense is nothing to mess around with. Chargers, Titans, Broncos, Raiders close it out. The Chiefs, I think, are going to have to win out if they want to get this thing back on track, back going, and try to get a seat in the playoffs.
I don't think it's going to require a win out to get the 6 or 7 seed. I do think one loss is still on the table. I think 11-6 will get you that 6 or 7 seed. And if not, then guys, what are we doing here? Because this team has not proven one bit that it's capable of putting together a season, 5-6 game winning streak, let alone 7. If that's the expectation, and if 12-5 is what it's going to take, then count me out. I'll see you guys next year. My January is going to be spent in Vegas going to see the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere.
Well, if you're having 6 losses, then you got to get the Chargers and Jags 3 losses, one of those teams 3 losses to get to 7, because you have to finish with a better record to make the playoffs over the Chargers and Jags.
Look, man, you're going to the Sphere in Vegas to go see the Wizard of Oz, bro? That's seriously?
Well, it's just a hypothetical. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, okay, hypothetical. Okay, I just wanted to be clear on that. You should go see the Nutcracker at I think it's at the Kaufman Performing Arts. You should do that instead.
Okay. These are all good options.
Thank you.
Coming to Milwaukee, Iowa for a long tour.
Be that as it may, look, man, never fret. I want to preface this by saying the Chiefs have to handle business, and currently they're not handling business. But still, the schedule is a lot of meat left on that bone. Now it's chunks of it coming out, weeks at a time, of course. But still, man, the schedule, let it play out. I said it last week. You see the Chargers lose. The Chiefs could have gained a game up or 2 on the West on Chargers and Broncos respectively. But still, with all that being said, all is not lost. It's not. Just let the schedule play out. No need to panic. But the Chiefs must start winning some games, bro, and start winning some games against some of these competitors and these one-score games, because this is what the playoffs are like, just like this. But I have every confidence in the world, and I was thinking about this earlier. I would love to see Denver again at Denver in the playoffs, just to knock them bastards out.
Well, I would be great, because if you got that to that point, that means that you've probably got to the AFC Championship game and are playing them on the road for the right to go to the Super Bowl. So yes, sign me up for that right now. I absolutely would love that opportunity. And the truth of it is, guys, we're going to get to this. We have another topic coming up, but this is a hunger issue, and you've got teams young that are really well coached that are a lot more hungry than this Chiefs team right now. And then we're going to get into more on that here in a moment.
Yeah, Clint, you called this game almost the exact score. Are you guys is Clint frozen? Can you guys see Clint? Am I frozen? There you guys are.
No, I had a.
What score did he predict? I forgot.
He had it 23-20.
It's close.
Okay. I said 21-20. I think I was closer.
You just had the wrong team, unfortunately. But yeah, no, I did, because
what happened? What happened, Clint?
I was the only one here giving Denver the credit that they deserve, to see that they were a complete momentum, that the momentum they were gathering was like a snowball rolling downhill in an avalanche. And you could see it forming. You could see them gaining confidence win after win. Bo Nix was saying the right thing. Sean Payton has formed an identity with this Denver Broncos team. And I could see that this Chiefs team, every week, it was going to be the one. This was the game. The Chiefs are going to bring the juice, baby. They're going to do it. The fire's in the belly. And what we've noticed, they don't have it. They don't have it this year. And this started this offseason with that documentary that came out on ESPN, where it showcased this team was just hungry. They lost the Super Bowl, and it was fake news. All those clips of Mahomes working out were fake the day after the Super Bowl. It was staged for the performance, and you can't nod your head no, because it 100% was. The Chiefs produced this documentary themselves. I'm sorry, you people are trying to disagree with what I'm saying right now.
That's right, we are.
You guys are insane. It was complete fake news, and Patrick Mahomes. Don't even start with this.
Explain that. Mahomes working out after the day after the Super Bowl. So you don't think he went to the gym the day after he got his ass whooped against the Eagles?
Yes,
you don't think that?
Yes, I think that.
So how is that fake?
I think that the workout happened, but I think that was staged by the production of the documentary to start the narrative, which none of it's been lived up to. The only
it was just production, guaranteed. I don't think he would fake that, but I think a producer would be like, "How great would it be?" It was like the morning after he was working out. I don't know if it was fake news. It was producing.
You guys are insane. Get out of here,
y'all. Both of you all, Clint and Milena, y'all are underestimating how much of a dog prick competitor that Patrick Mahomes is. He got embarrassed in one of the most important game of his life, the chance to seal a three-peat. And you don't think he took him and Bobby Stroke was texting the minute after the Super Bowl was done? Hey, meet me in the gym 6 a.m. or whatever a.m. You don't think he's a dog?
You know what? I know Bob, and Bob is intense. You know, right.
There is no way that Mahomes didn't have that scheduled. There's no way Mahomes didn't do that on his own, getting blown out in a Super Bowl, and the producers come up, some freaking producers come up for a documentary and excuse me, Patrick, I know you just lost the Super Bowl, got blown out, embarrassed in front of the world, but we need you to come and film this workout, please.
That seems okay. After this whole thing was being put together and orchestrated, that's unbelievable. Did you see Patrick Mahomes on that boat? You telling me that's what he did? That he took this offseason seriously?
Yes.
Unbelievable. You guys don't understand that and it is understandable that the fire does not exist with this team. And I'm not even upset about it or mad, because you've seen too much success. You've seen it all. This team's done it all. Patrick Mahomes is a $500 million quarterback. Bo Nix is hungrier. Drake May's hungrier. The teams, the franchises are hungrier to win. They are.
Is it coaching? Is that what it is? Is it coaching? Is it player performance? What is it?
Yeah, it's all the above, I think, right now. I'll listen to it all. But I do know that these teams have all gotten better while the Chiefs have been picking 31st and 32nd for 7 years. And they've been stockpiling draft picks. They've been building rosters. And the Chiefs just haven't gotten better, taking it to the next level. Chris Jones looks tired and old out there. We can't debate that.
Really? Okay, I got to intervene now. I was being patient. I was shutting up. I was letting you talk. I got it. You might be too far gone now. That was the best game of the season for Chris Jones. He was all over the field. Didn't he get a sack? Yeah, he got a sack yesterday. Yes. You might be too far gone, sir. But I have to intervene.
You guys didn't listen to me last week, and I tried to set this scene, and nobody would listen. We don't believe in any of these other teams. Oh, it's just fine. Well, guys, now we start watching schedules, and is this gonna? I don't understand what's happening.
Who did we lose to, Clint?
Yesterday? What do you mean?
Put it in perspective. That's what I'm trying to. We didn't lose to the Jets. We didn't lose to the Raiders. We didn't lose to the Commanders. It's the first place AFC West Broncos who's tied for the 1 seed. They may be the 2 seed or whatever.
Oh, the Fraudcos, that Denver Broncos.
You all said that. I didn't say that. I showed their defense respect. I didn't call them that. But the point I'm saying is that was a back and forth game, man. Last year's team would have lost that game. That's a good team with a A1 defense.
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely.
No,
so you're acting like we lost. You're acting like we got blown out. A or B. We lost to a whoop-de. Like any team would go there and lose that game.
Well, Mahomes was 13-1 before today against it. So no.
This is look, man. This is not the same old Broncos, bro.
I agree.
This is not the Vance Joseph coached Broncos or the Vic Fangio coached Broncos. I don't know why people don't respect Sean Payton and what he brings to the table.
I will say
personally, I called them the Fraudcos because I don't believe in that. I don't think that they're this great team. I don't think they're going to beat the Buffalo Bills. I don't think they're going to be in the playoffs. I don't think they can hang with some of these teams. They already lost to the Indianapolis Colts. I don't think there's some monster that's come out of nowhere from this season. But I do agree with Clint in a sense that they are trying to summon up something that they can't do. They've had all this winning and they just expect, hey, this result is going to fall in our way. We saw it last season, 12-0 in one-score games all the way through the entire season, the playoffs. This year they're 0-5. They expect it to just summon up, to come out of nowhere, to just figure out a way. Someone's going to make a play, and it's not happening. I think Clint took it too far, saying Mahomes didn't take the offseason seriously. I think some others maybe did. We've got some young players and some guys that we drafted in the 22 draft. All they know is winning. And so they haven't been through this kind of adversity to know that, hey, it's not just going to happen. It's not just going to sum it up. You guys got to figure it out. And you got to go to work and you got to address the small things and figure this thing out piece by piece and not just expect, oh, Mahomes is going to save us. The offense, they're going to come up with a last-second play. Andy Reid's going to call this perfect, genius play that's going to get us out of this mess. And that's exactly what they found themselves in, a mess, because it's not just happening. They're not putting the focus and the attention to detail into every single thing that they do.
Can I just say I feel like everybody in the AFC West has just leveled up to what the Chiefs have been doing?
Agreed.
From my perspective, I'm just saying I don't get as technical as you guys, but I just feel like they've leveled up to the playing field.
That's also correct. Yes.
I mean, yeah,
I think we just come down to their level.
You did. I expected it. I expected for something that when you get your ass whooped for a number of years by the same person all the time, we got tired of Elway. We got tired of Phillip Rivers. I want to represent somebody for the Chargers. We got tired of. I can't even say anybody for the Raiders. But you get my point, man. This was eventually going to happen. The Chiefs were eventually going to come back to the pack a little bit, and the pack was definitely going to come back to the Chiefs. It's just a natural progression of things. The thing that concerns me, and I think was the biggest factor, is these damn penalties. And that's a sign of coaching. And 100%. Discipline. Of course, Jawan Taylor always doing his own thing, putting in his 15, 20 yards worth of penalties each game. but it's the undiscipline of the players from the coaching staff that sets this offense back. That those are the little details that you were speaking about, Noah, with these penalties. A prime example, the Chiefs normally get a back-to-back score from the end of the half coming out of the half in the second half. This time, the Chiefs had 2 timeouts, 27 seconds. Mahomes throws an out route to Hollywood Brown. What does this man do?
Yeah.
Instead of going out of bounds to save time, he takes his ass on the inside. He gets tackled, and we got to immediately call a timeout.
Then Rasheed through the hands.
You want to know what's – no. Before that, Noah, you want to know the next play is? Offsides on Juwan Taylor. Or maybe it was Josh Simmons, but it was somebody. It was a flag for a false start against the Chiefs. Instead of having the ball at the 37, we have it at the 32 now with one less timeout, and it's 1st and 15. Then that play happens where Noah was talking about, where Rashee Rice completely misses the ball, and he was a big letdown. There were some key plays where he should have came up with some of those catches, and he did not come up and live up to be a wide receiver 1 yesterday. With that aside, the penalties is the biggest reason why the Chiefs lost that game yesterday.
All right, Brian, you seem to be on fire. Noah, you've got a graphic for me. I want to ask Brian this question. Brian, the Chiefs pass rush once again struggled in this game, and the defense allowed Denver an opening drive score for the first time in 9 games, and the Broncos rolled up 342 yards yesterday. How disappointed were you in this defensive effort?
Yeah, the pass rush is becoming an issue week by week. What I was impressed was I thought the corners and the safeties played very well. I thought that in man coverage, when some of those guys were left out on the island, I thought they recovered on most plays. But there were a couple of deep balls that Bo Nix was able to hit. And of course, the big dagger at the end where Jalen Watson thought that the guy was false starting. And instead of he's trying to play ref on the field, instead of doing that, he decides not to play on that play, and he gets burnt for the dagger. Denver comes out and kicks the field goal. With that aside, the penalties along with that added to that too, Milena, with the defensive performance and what they were able to do. I thought the run defense was there for the most part. I thought they were able to keep Bo Nix and those guys in check. The red zone defense, not as good. But it wasn't the defense that was to blame to me. It was penalties in that offense, just the lackluster nature in which the offense performed.
All right. Does anybody have any comments?
Well, we got Ray Ann with a comment here. No PS2, no J.K. Dobbins, no Alex Singleton. We still won. Ha, 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 ha. I think I got them all.
Guys.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys remember when we used to just have to cheer for regular season victories?
Yeah.
And hold that over someone like we used to do back in the Elway days. We beat them in the regular season. Ha, 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 ha. And then they go on to win the Super Bowl.
And that does speak to Brian's point a little bit, which is that all these big games the Chiefs have played and the schedule. And for these teams, this is everything. It was for Buffalo. It was for Denver. They said, Adam Schefter tweeted before the game, this is the biggest game played here since the 2016 AFC Championship game. The Chiefs have big games like this on their way to work, so it is a different mentality, and to try to match that time and time again is another factor, I think, in a lot of this. So the Chiefs have a lot working against them when it comes to roster construction, draft position, cap room, hunger, fan bases. All these things are starting to kind of add up a little bit, and that's where you wind up at 5-5, 10 games through the season. So
no, I have a question for you. Is it time to start talking about Brett Veach?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you look at, I wasn't really on board with either of these signings, although I understood it in the time. I think I would have rather had Joe Tooney. He's more of a pass blocking guard than a run blocking mauler that Trey Smith is. I know the thinking was Trey Smith is young. He's a good buddy of Creed Humphrey, the center. And so just keep that young tandem together there at center and right guard. But Joe Tooney's the pass blocking guy. That's what Mahomes needs. That's what Andy Reid loves to do. They love to pass the ball all over the place. They don't really want to run the ball. So that would lend itself to Joe Tooney over Trey Smith. And then the George Karlaftis, I just don't know if he's the preeminent guy. I know you didn't pay him as much as people might have been thinking, but that's still a lot of money commanded to a guy who's got 5 sacks right now. He's a hustle guy. He's an effort guy. He's a motor guy. He gets after you, but is he really that consistent guy that's going to get double-digit sacks and be a game changer and be a wrecker as a pass rusher? I don't think that's what he is. And then just to go back for this a second, just to look at the past 3 drafts, I mean, you got your Josh Simmons last year, and we're still waiting to see. We haven't seen from a lot of these other guys. Rashard Smith, they're trying to work in. It seems like Andy Reid can't really find a good role for him. Noah Williams played limited snaps. Omar Norman-Lott's injured. Jeffrey Bossa's just on special teams. Jalen Royals was inactive. And Xavier Worthy, is he closer to Tyreek Hill or McCole Hardman, especially the way they're using him as just a gadget guy? Jaden Hicks, you expected big things out of him this year. He played 13 snaps yesterday. I mean, I just think Brett Veach is a great GM. I'm not trying to say he's a problem. He's not a good GM. He's up there with Howie Roseman, but I think you can see how the Eagles have built their teams over and over again and keep replenishing, that we're paying a lot of our guys that we draft, and then they're not kind of what they're worth, and that's holding this roster back and down.
So do you think we as Chiefs fans have been overrating this roster a little bit?
I think so. I talked a little bit about Xavier Worthy, and is he more Tyreek Hill, McCole Hardman? Right now it seems he's closer to McCole than Tyreek. And then you look at Rashee Rice. I know at the beginning of last year people were saying he's a top 10 receiver, maybe top 5. And yeah, he was projected to that, but since he's been back this year, hasn't been able to get in the flow, hasn't been able to figure out a lot. We just saw the drops yesterday. So I don't know if he's closer to top 10 or if he's somewhere near the bottom, top 20, top 25 receiver. And so you start asking yourself, are we overrating some of these players here in Chiefs Kingdom and they're not as good as we think? And then that causes issues. And then do we need to go out and get another receiver? Where are we at? So I think a lot of Chiefs Kingdom might be overrating some of these players, and maybe we're not as good as we think we are.
Man, you bring up some interesting points. I'm not going to lie. But I think the biggest fault of Brett Veach is the lack of resources to a running back. I love Pacheco, but a 7th round pick. I still believe that Pacheco is an every down back. It's just that this staff doesn't. It seems like. But I saw Clyde Edwards-Helaire, first pick in the 2020 draft. Was not a fan of that, just simply because of his size. And I thought there were other. Wasn't Jonathan Taylor available? I think that's a big, huge mistake, because imagine Jonathan Taylor with this offense with Mahomes. But then besides that, you got Bashar Smith. There have been some misses. Now there have been some mighty hits that Veach has gotten. I think Josh Simmons is a grand slam. He fits the mold. He solidifies that line a little bit more, because I thought Josh Simmons was. I thought the offensive line, for the most part, in pass blocking, was decent against a very ferocious Denver front 4, front 3, front 7, whatever they want to bring. But put that to the side. I think there is a little bit of fault for Brett Veach and the roster construction, because now our guys at the top, who's getting paid the most, Kelsey, Jones, Mahomes, they're not performing their best this year, most certainly. So it's like, there has to be alternatives to how we draft. There has to be a certain type of player. There has to be a certain type of I feel like sometimes that Brett Veach doesn't look into the roster and be like, hey, we definitely got to have some depth right there. I think there's some major holes that we have, and number one is starting that running back. We're relying on Kareem Hunt, bro, to be our every down back right now, because Pacheco is hurt, and that falls directly on Brett Veach.
Clint, if you could give Brett Veach any advice, what would you say to him? What would you suggest?
I would suggest have a team that starts the season 5-5. Probably misses the playoffs because you're not good enough, and then pick 22nd in the draft, and then you have somewhere to go with a better draft pick. No, and I think it's natural to criticize your GM. I do think Brett Veach is hamstrung by this team's success, if that makes any sense. And I think that's a really hard place to put a GM in because we've not really seen this level of success since the early 2000s to late 2010s Patriots.
We got spoiled.
And it is, and that is it's very difficult to win at a high level. I think, but when Mahomes won the Super Bowl, when we won it in 2022, he was the first quarterback in NFL history that was taking up more than, I believe it was 20% of the salary cap that had ever won a Super Bowl. Now everyone's got paid. I mean, Josh Allen and Herbert and all these guys have gotten paid, so they're all kind of facing that. You see like a guy like Sam Darnold's on a friendly deal, and maybe that's why a team like the Seahawks can do that. Did you have a hand raised there, sir?
Noah's cheering. What's going on, Noah?
I'm cheering the comment this Broncos fan, Rianne, said, I can't believe I'm saying it, but I'm rooting for you all against the Colts. So
that's how bad it's been this year. So we got
one seed, so
Chiefs not the team ahead of us. That's kind of unfortunate.
Can you bring that comment back up about throwing the ball so many times?
Yeah,
because
John Harrison.
yes, thanks John Harrison for always tapping into Arrowhead Allies every week. We appreciate you, man. But that right there, that was a big problem as well. The play call, I thought there was a drive where the play calling was exquisite. It was somewhere in the second quarter, I believe. It was a very good balance of run and pass. But then in the second half, it's like the run game completely disappeared. And there was a drive. Chiefs had the ball 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I believe Denver had just tied it. It was a 3-and-out, of course, for the Chiefs. And can you guess what all three plays were? Pass, pass, pass. It's a big issue, man. These teams are playing coverage coming out of the gate on every single play. They're not even thinking that the Chiefs are going to run the ball a lot of times. And they know that because we're depending upon Kareem Hunt. But if running the ball has to be an attitude. And I think that the players have that attitude and aggressiveness, like you just mentioned with Trey Smith. Creed Humphrey, he wants to run the ball. He wants to put somebody on his ass. Kingsley Sumatai, I see him pulling out and putting people on their ass. Josh Smith is the only finesse lineman we have, I think, is Jawan Taylor. All those other guys can maul you to death. And Andy Reid does not take advantage of that. He doesn't. How do we running the ball is an attitude. You have to and that starts from the coaching staff. And I don't know if they have that. And you got to have that against these teams coming up in this playoff situation, especially with the weather getting bad. You have to run the ball. We can't depend on Mahomes throwing the ball 45, 50 times. It's not a winning formula.
And they were getting about like 5 yards a clip. And I mean, you talk about them going away from it, and that wears down a defensive line, that tires them out. And you've got these smaller pass rushers and Jonathan Cooper, Nick Benito. And if you run at them consistently, you wear them down. They get tired of chasing and getting tackled and getting hit and getting mauled. And that slows them down the fourth quarter to come after Mahomes.
And it keeps them guessing. People forget football is a chess match. So if I know what you're about to do, I know exactly how to play you. Chris Jones said it. He said Denver knew exactly what we were doing. Football is about chess. And if you're one-dimensional and I know you're not finna run the ball, I'm putting 8 in coverage. Pass on that.
Especially some of the personnel things in the last 2 drives. You saw a complete lack of creativity, a complete lack of trying to mix it up to try to confuse the defense. On that last third down attempt, 3rd and 2 to Brashard Smith, you knew he was no threat to run the ball. Mahomes tries to force something when he goes out into the flat. Look at what the Bucs did. I know they lost that game to the Bills, but their personnel groupings, the way they were able to use those 2 running backs who aren't even their starters, my goodness.
And we can't use Elijah Mitchell. First off, Elijah Mitchell got his ass in the game and got a penalty for a false start. But like to your point, we can't use Elijah Mitchell like that. Why can't Brashard Smith run in between the tackles?
I agree.
I don't get it.
I know.
Yeah, and there was a point with 4 minutes left to go in the game where Clint's talking about personnel groupings. They had Travis Kelce, Noah Gray, and Robert Tonyan as the 3 tight end set. They had Kareem Hunt split out wide at wide receiver, and they had Rashee Rice in the backfield at running back. It was an incomplete pass to Travis Kelce. Like, if you're faking it to Rashee Rice in the backfield there and you're going to throw it, Travis Kelce's the only person you could possibly go to. You're not throwing it out wide to Kareem Hunt. Who cares if you go to Gray or Tunyon? Like, what in the world is that formation? Getting too cute, outthinking yourself. 4 minutes left in the game, and you pull that out. You take all your receivers out of the game, except your star who's in the backfield. Like,
Clint,
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
you want to talk about receiving? I mean, what happened to the whole everybody's going to eat narrative?
Wow, we've had to dispel this now twice, unfortunately, on this Arrowhead Allies show over the last 3 seasons. But yeah, you look at the numbers from this game, and Travis Kelce had 9 catches for 91 yards. That's a 36-year-old tight end that was carrying the weight. These guys aren't getting separation. Noah brought it up. You know, I know Rashee Rice is trying to work his way back in, but man, the guy had a couple touchdowns right out of the gate against the Raiders a few weeks ago when this thing was starting to get running again. What did Xavier Worthy have? 3 for 23? And you think that these guys are really, you know, one of the top core, you know, groups in the league, and we're just not seeing it here. We didn't see it against the Bills. Another loss here, no separation, and that's without Patrick Surtain, you know, one of the best corners in the league. I am very disappointed with this group as a whole, and I think it goes to more than just the capabilities of this receiving core. I think it goes with the play calling. I think it goes with some of the lack of creativity that we're seeing. All in all, I'm just really disappointed. And I think Mahomes has some culpability in this too. If we make a pie chart about the blame, Mahomes' blame might only be, you know, 25% of it, but I think he's missing some of the deep throws that and I like what they were doing early on. I liked some of the play calling early on. I thought it was playing to the strengths and was like not going to cause a mistake-ridden game until the Chiefs get to the red zone and Mahomes throws an interception. So that's where his culpability comes in. It's all a little bit discombobulated once again, something I did not foresee happening once Rashee Rice came back.
Yeah, Mahomes' deep ball accuracy has been an issue.
Yeah.
And I tend to think that he's more of a Tyreek Hill guy myself, who can do it all. Has he developed into that? No, he's not close to it right now. But Mahomes too, though, it's not just with Worthy he's missing. He's missing Thornton too sometimes. But I like the fact that they were able to throw the ball deep just so we can get some pass interference yards.
Well, right.
I feel like the Chiefs don't do that enough. Seriously, those are free yards. They don't do that enough to me. So, and it was good to see that they were able to get that going. But damn, they don't even capitalize off the defense backing up. And that's why I feel like the receivers were not eating yesterday. Number one, first off, Rashee Rice dropping passes, the missed deep balls and all that with Mahomes' inaccuracy. But also, it's how Denver was playing the Chiefs. They were playing full coverage, bro. That's why Travis Kelce was able to eat underneath so much. And the run game was there. Going back to that point, the run game was there. They just didn't do it.
Yeah, and here we got Ray Ann coming back. The question, if you all can answer this, how was it going to sleep last night? Can't remember losing, so I want to know what that feeling is, especially Brian. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. What have you won for the last decade? How's it been sleeping without a Super Bowl for a decade? I don't know what that's like, Ray Ann. So
come on, Ray Ann.
I slept ever so comfortably knowing that I got a wife, knowing that that God is good. My life is way bigger than football. Let's be clear on that, baby.
Mine's not. So my night of sleep was horrendous. And Rayanne, if it makes you feel better, I tossed and turned. I had nightmares. I woke up, didn't know where I was. I was in the twilight zone, and I kept rehashing it over and over. So just rest assured, at least one of us was in hell. Although I did pick this to happen, I did foresee it. So maybe I should know. And I want Rayanne to have this moment and to relish in it. And the Broncos guys, quietly, since that blocked field goal last year, 14-4. They are the real deal. Their quarterback looks like Canadian rocker Bryan Adams, and I like that.
What
was that song he had off Robin Hood?
Yeah,
do it for you. Is it that one?
Yeah. That one. Yeah. See, I'm up on game. I know you.
That's good. That's
right. I like that.
Fun.
See, before the show started, we were singing. Me and Clint, we were singing REM, "Losing My Religion." We were doing
not everybody hurts.
Yeah, no, not everybody hurts. No. We were doing "Losing My Religion." Because Clint was losing it.
Oh, I'm always losing it. Don't mind me.
Noah, how did you sleep last night?
I slept fine. I've got the 3 Super Bowls. This whole time I've been worried about Mahomes being better than Tom Brady and the Chiefs being better than the Patriots dynasty. And I've kind of given up on that. And you know what? That's okay. Those were lofty expectations. It's probably not going to happen, especially if we miss the playoffs. That's just kind of an embarrassing try to chase down the Patriots dynasty when you miss the playoffs. If that's to be the case, remains to be seen. But I've got my Super Bowls. I didn't think I'd have one. I'm sitting here with 3 trophies behind me. So I'm good, Rayanne. I slept fine. I've got my 3 trophies, 3 rings. It's all's good here.
Do you guys remember in the 90s when it was like we just were excited to make it to the playoffs? We never knew. It was sort of like a toss-up, you know? I mean, those were the days. And I think there was a lot of excitement and a lot of heart. And I think we've been spoiled lately. And maybe this is good for us.
Malena,
What?
I did an entire segment on my pod on Brian's World about how transformative Mahomes and this Andy Reid era of football is for Chiefs fans, because we are, and I don't think people are thinking about this. We are not going to look at football the same.
It's true.
When this is done, we're not.
No.
Those sold out seats at Arrowhead when the Chiefs are 5-10.
I know.
Those days are over. At least not for a very, very long time when we get super, super hungry again. But the super, super duper loyal fans who's out there in zero chill weather when the Chiefs are terrible.
That's right.
It's done, bro. And I'm telling you, people are not thinking about how bored we're going to be with Chiefs football once they turn bad and they're not good. Hopefully that doesn't come for a very, very long time, but we know how this thing works. Okay. It's going to be sad. It's going to be like Arrowhead in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, that's well said.
Everything plateaus, you guys. Everything has a plateau.
But is that? Yeah, I would rest assured. I would still push back against Rayanne. The dynasty has come to an end. We've heard that one. I would not want to heap that on a 30-year-old quarterback that has just played in 3 straight Super Bowls. I would not be ready to do that. I was not one of the ones.
Went a decade in between winning Super Bowls.
What's that?
The Patriots went a decade in between winning Super Bowls, and we're 5-5 after coming off of 3 straight, and the dynasty's over. Like,
yeah, I would
keep dreaming, Rayanne.
Against that. Yeah,
this is crazy, yo. People,
they wish
that comment shocks me, and how he's acting, because he's not the only one acting like that. And we're talking about the 90s Chiefs and all this. I forgot how exciting these regular season wins are. Seriously, this is how we're spoiled. We are this. Like, this is literally these teams' Super Bowls. And somebody mentioned it earlier about trying to bring that energy, that A1 Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football energy every single week for years and years and years at a time. Like, maybe this team's a little fatigued. Maybe. I mean, they think about all the extra postseason games they played. Think about all the times they had to get themselves up for primetime games and, flying all around the world. They're squeezing the turnip juice out of this Chiefs team. Maybe they done got all the gold out of it that they can get. My point is, maybe this team is a little tired. But yeah, I just forgot how big those regular season games were. I really did.
Brian, you've always been wary about playing the Colts, right?
Yes, the damn horseshoes.
Now they come in at 8-2 next week with a real chance to slam the door of the Chiefs season. So, what's your confidence level right now heading into that matchup?
A couple weeks ago, my confidence level was high. Not gonna lie, and it's still up there. I'm confident this team can beat any team in the National Football League. Hell, we just lost to one of the best ones yesterday. Okay, look, Jonathan Taylor, great running back, right next to Saquon Barkley as probably A1A, 1B, best running back in the league or whatever. That's the Chiefs' strength on defense. One thing they can do is stop the run. And Jonathan, but man, it's a tough task going against Jonathan Taylor. The one thing about the Colts though in this game is that when the Chiefs stop the run, they can really limit those guys. Daniel Jones is not the same outdoors as he is in the comfortable confines of Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. He's a totally different quarterback. You saw that against Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago or last week when he went against the Steelers and I think he had 3 turnovers, I believe. So if you limit them to just one option on offense, whether that be you stopping a run and forcing them to pass with Daniel Jones, I think the Chiefs can feast on the Indianapolis Colts. Now, with all that being said, and to your point, I still hate that damn horseshoe because we all know coming up on 30 years, Jim Harbaugh and Quentin Coriat and Ted Marchibroda, they all came up in Arrowhead, the 6-seeded Colts. Came up in here and beat the number 1 seeded 13-3 Chiefs.
Yep.
So on one of the coldest days in Kansas City history, that along with all the other playoff losses, the no punt game in 2003, the 2006 game when the Chiefs wasn't supposed to make it to the playoffs, but they showed us why immediately as Larry Johnson didn't do a goddamn thing. And then in 2013, January 2014, that the Chiefs were up 28 whole damn points in the third quarter, and these bastards come back and win. Yes, I am very frightful of that Indianapolis Colts logo.
Ray Ann, I don't know if I can read all this, but all jokes aside, love the channel. Hope you all have a great night rooting for the Chiefs this week. So,
oh, they didn't.
I think you said something else, but don't read it closely.
Didn't say Chiefs, but we think.
What did it say?
I was just trying to keep us.
I didn't see. What did it say?
I didn't see it
either. A bad word instead of Chiefs. Yeah. Well, I don't. We're not to quite get into exact predictions as of yet, but this is to me the. We keep talking about crossroads, and is this the end of the road? To me, I'm slamming the door. I'm not talking about the playoffs anymore. If the Chiefs go 0-3 against the Bills, Broncos, and Colts, that's done. I'm still going to hold out the hope that they will circle the wagons. Travis Kelce on New Heights, guys, on Wednesday is going to talk about how close they are, man. We're close. We're so close, man. This is the best group of guys I've ever been around, man.
You've lost it.
There. The energy's there.
I'm excited to get back in that building and get back after it, man. With my guys, we're close.
And you have lost it, Clint.
How have I lost it? That's exactly what he's going to say. I don't know what.
And what's wrong with that?
Nothing. I mean, that's what's going to happen. And then we're going to.
No, you're mocking him. Come on, keep it real with your boy. You're mocking.
I am not. Travis Kelce at 36 rededicated himself. He lost weight in the offseason. He clearly saw himself as an aging player that needed to get better. I think he did more this offseason than Patrick Mahomes did to get ready for the season.
Stop. Okay, what is with you? Stop. What are you doing against Patrick Mahomes? What did he do to you?
I'm just saying I think that for Patrick Mahomes, I don't think he is as hungry as these other quarterbacks. I don't think he is as focused to win another Super Bowl and I think that's a natural human element.
No, I think he is. I think he is focused, and I think he does want to win another Super Bowl. I think
he wants to win another Super Bowl. I just think that when you've got guys that are just like, we don't understand. Do you remember Rocky III when Rocky was going to have to go up against Clubber Lang? Did we think that? And Rocky was out there, with fur coats and making commercials and buying this big house. I mean, I think that's just sort of a natural, like a metaphor that you can use for how competitive the NFL is.
He's fatigued emotionally. He's been trying to stand up for his poor wife, Brittany, who's been attacked. He's got 3 little babies at home. He's trying to keep up this Patrick Mahomes-ness. I feel really bad for him. I think he does want to win another Super Bowl. I think he hasn't I don't think he's lost his will to work harder. I think he's had a lot going on.
I agree.
I think that emotional fatigue starts to play into it spills out in other portions of your life for sure.
I agree with you.
We lost Brian.
You upset Brian so much he left the show. Way to go, Clint.
No, I agree, Melena. I think that Mahomes has a lot. Like he deals with a lot. He's as a
parent, right?
As a parent, as a owner of the Royals, basically a co-owner of the Texas Tech Red Raiders. as this soccer team and all the success and all the things. It's just a natural human condition to maybe let your guard down a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't get that with Mahomes. Other players on this team as a whole, yes, but I don't get that with Mahomes.
Welcome back, Brian.
Intense. He's chasing Tom Brady. He's chasing history. There's no taking it easy and I'm fat and happy over here for Patrick Mahomes. I don't see that at all.
Brian, was it something we said?
It protects him from the damage that he's going to take because he doesn't trust his offensive line. His receivers get no separation. The play calling is whack at times. Yeah. So I think there's a lot going on that's not Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Clint made my phone die.
I told him he made you upset.
That's what every girl I talk to tells me too. It's okay.
Golly, we got to get you some macking tips, man.
Dude.
We'll get you right.
Brian, I told him, I said, let's do a whole show on just dating.
Yeah.
That would be.
I thought you had somebody. What's up?
Me? Are you kidding? No.
No.
I just barely exist in the world by myself.
FarmersOnly.com ain't working for you, man.
It's already hopeless, guys. We don't want to even go there on me.
We gotta hook Clint up. Melena, we gotta hook him up.
You gotta show him the ropes, the road to marriage. Forget Super Bowls. Road to marriage.
I'm on it.
Ask God. Against my life and steer me in the right direction. He'll bring you that one, I promise.
I'm just trying to get into the playoffs again first, and then we'll try that.
John Harrison has a question since you're back to talking football and playoffs and dreams. And they've lost 5 games by 1 score, 3 by 3 points. They didn't get blown out. If they won 2 of the 5, they'd be 7-3. Would you feel better or great about the team then?
It's an interesting question. Obviously, yes. But, I mean, NFL seasons, we do this all the time. I mean, look at the Arkansas Razorbacks in college football are 2-9. They have 6 losses by 6 points or less. 6. So, yeah, you'd feel better about them if they were 8-2 or 8-9-1 instead of 2-9 or whatever. Like, yeah, with the NFL, the margin is so thin. You just could play that game all year. You could have played it last year. Guys like Jason McIntyre, we got mad at for saying that the Chiefs should be 9-8 last year. We got mad at that, but that applies to that as well.
Well, he's also giving us the 1-score games, all the losses, and we're just giving us a couple of the 5 wins.
Yeah.
I kind of feel how John feels, though. In all honesty, the Chiefs are losing to some good teams. All but one team, the Detroit Lions, are currently in the playoffs. So I'd still have full faith they'll get it together, man.
It's a fair faith to have. I think we can all look at it objectively and say, yeah, it's still out there and there's a lot to play for and that's going to be there. But these losses also count. That's what you guys like. Brian, to me, like you haven't been counting the losses as if it's not a mathematical certainty that it creates these scenarios, and it does. And now
I count the losses, but I also look at, they haven't played them. They haven't played them. And it's too much of that to go around to even determine, even right now, who the current playoff teams are, because the Ravens are coming up too. They're 5-5, just like us.
Behind the Jaguars, behind the Texans, it's a row to hoe. That's all we can say is it's a row to hoe.
A row to who?
Hoe. A row to hoe. Ever heard that idiom? Like a long row to hoe. Like you gotta,
I thought you said row to the hoes. See, and I was gonna say that's your problem. You should be ignoring those. You should get you a nice lady.
Your head's in the wrong place again.
No, you're so quiet down there. What's going
on?
That's
vocabulary from FarmersOnly.com. That's the vocabulary learned on them.
Oh gosh.
Clint, we just know that you're a little tense right now, so we just really want to, calm you down a little bit, man.
I appreciate it, and we were supposed to have Rich Gannon on to kind of like ease us into this, and I think that's what caused me to go down this path. Is like we were supposed to have Rich Gannon on, he couldn't get on, and we were going to kind of ease into it with some real professionalism, and we just had to like immediately get into it. It was just like I wanted to have the professional like Rich Gannon like kind of set the scene. We didn't get it.
That's how you got to do with the ladies too. Set the scene.
Right.
Don't dive right into it.
That's right. Play it slow roll. My husband did the slow roll. It was real cool. It's a good one. All right. So I have a quick question for you guys. If you could play any position in football, NFL, who would you be? What position would you play?
I like this question.
I like it too. Because I think I know your personalities now, and I'm just dying to know what's in your heart.
Quarterback.
You be a quarterback.
I would have said
100%.
I would have guessed for Brian defensive end.
And who would you want to play? What year, Brian? Let's go here. What year? What team would you want to play, and in what year would you want to have played them as a quarterback?
The 93 Chiefs.
Ooh.
Well, now we got to bench Joe Montana.
Well, be that as it may, I'm better than Joe.
Yeah,
How
like
about that?
Sure.
And Nick Lowry got to go too because I need my number 8.
So you're number 8. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Clint?
Yes, but no, the 93 Chiefs, because I feel like that team was – I just wanted to see Kansas City celebrate a Super Bowl at that time. It would have been Marcus Allen's second Super Bowl, but his first year with the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have led a couple playoff comebacks, especially against the Bills. We would have stopped them from going to their 4th Super Bowl. And we would have stopped the Dallas Cowboys dynasty too, right in its tracks, baby. So the 93 Chiefs.
And I would have been wide receiver on that team, number 81, and that was my position growing up and into youth football and middle school. Was a receiver. That was always been my favorite position in football.
See, I was center and nose tackle, the fat boy positions in football. See, I don't want to play that in the NFL, man. I don't want to play O-line in the NFL. I want to play.
Dream.
Milena, what was your pick for me? What did you think I would pick?
I wasn't sure. Maybe running back? Running back?
Running back was a close second. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
Because they touch the ball a lot. More than receivers.
I
need to rock, baby.
A lot of action. And Clint, what did you say? Sorry, you were number 81 in middle school?
Yeah, I was a receiver. I would be a receiver. Receiver's always been my favorite position. I would be a receiver, and that's how I always created myself on Madden. And
who would you have wanted to play in what era?
No, I would have been on that. I think we all, Noah probably too. We could all lump ourselves. We could all just put ourselves on those 90s Chiefs teams, I think. No.
No, I'd be a receiver on the 2018 Chiefs opposite Tyreek Hill. I would have gone to the hotel and got the tape for Kareem Hunt, destroyed it, and he would have still be on the team this whole time.
Stop.
It should have been. Never came out. Oh.
That was fun, right?
We've gone off the rails officially here.
Always.
I love it.
I would have been a kicker. Lynn Elliott. I would have bumped Lynn Elliott out. I would have kicked it, made it.
I think we'd have had a better chance that day, Milena. You as a high school senior for at Winnetonka High School in 1995, 1996. It's prediction time here. And guys, you can't believe this, but I love me some Colts this weekend. The Chiefs don't beat the Colts in the regular season. 2019, they came in here on a Sunday night game with Jacoby Brissett, beat the Chiefs, and that was a Chiefs team that wound up winning the Super Bowl. And of course, we all remember when I was there in 2022 at Lucas Oil Field with a loss to that Colts team. I like this Colts team. I think Jonathan Taylor, one of the best backs in the league, to be respected. I think he's going to get another 100-yard game just like James Cook did. And I think the Colts win this game like they win it 23-19.
All right, I'll go. Chiefs are going to win 28-24. I think they're just going to have to come back with a vengeance. We're going to have to salvage something.
There you go. I like that.
Brian, Mr. Len Dawson, you want to go?
You know I'm Len Dawson, baby. Chiefs winning this game. We're going to contain Jonathan Taylor. Daniel Jones is going to show the scrub quarterback he is because the Chiefs defense are going to smother the Colts offense. The Chiefs are going to win this game, and it's a new game. We got to wake up a little early. 31-16. The Chiefs are going to win this game easily. Take it to the bank.
Noah.
I got this, and I've got it with the Kansas City Chiefs also winning 31-23. Although the thing that has me paused and maybe considering switching that and taking the Colts is that the past 2 games, the Chiefs have heard people say, or they've said it themselves, like Brian mentioned earlier in the show, Chris Jones said, that 3rd and 15, great film study by them. They knew exactly what we were doing on defense. Bo Nix changed the line, had it perfectly blocked. Cortland Sutton open against Nick Bolton. Bummer, we lose. If you go back to the Bills game, Cole Bishop said, oh, yeah, they ran 2 plays that we watched them run against the Chargers, and I knew exactly where they were going. That's where they went. I was there to break it up and stop them. Maxwell Hairston, a corner for the Bills, came out and said, yeah, we watched film, and I saw Xavier Worthy tip plays where there was going to be run, whether he was going to be involved in the pass just by watching his body language. The Colts are on a bye right now coming into this game, so they're going to have plenty of time to watch film and figure out what the Chiefs are doing. Hopefully, the Chiefs have heard those, Chris Jones, Cole Bishop, Maxwell Hairston, say, we're watching film. We know exactly what you guys are doing. So hopefully they have some new wrinkles ahead of the Colts game, and they can employ those, and the Colts won't know exactly what we're doing in a crucial time and moment of the game, and the Chiefs come out with a win. So I'm going to stick with the Chiefs 31-23.
Sorry, Clint.
Chiefs also a different team at home. They play better at home than on the road. So
Colts.
Arrowhead, you got to bring it.
Colts.
Cool.
And Clint just wants it to be over to just drown in his misery, so he picks the Colts. So
I like it. I mean, this is an 8-2 football team that's proven it time again this year. Blew out the Chargers, beat the Denver Broncos, something the Chiefs could not do. I like what
crushed against the Steelers on the road with 5 turnovers and a just hapless team. But you know,
yeah, well, they did do that, and I think that the Chiefs. We will learn, guys, what this Chiefs team is made of. This is the time that we will learn. Like if they're not going to get the juice this week, that's never happening, and you can forget it. So that's kind of what
they've got to summon it up. They've been trying to, and if they don't do it this week, I'm with you there, Clint. I do agree with that. If they can't summon it up at home in must-win territory throughout the rest of the season, and you're coming up with Colts, and then a few days later it's Thanksgiving, and you got the Cowboys. If you can't summon it up for the Colts, then you're not going to have it in 4 days against the Cowboys, who come in with a very prolific offense, and George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, Jake Ferguson, Dak Prescott, and a good run game. Javonte Williams is kind of reborn at running back after leaving the Broncos, and he's found himself again. So we got something coming for us against the Cowboys as well, at least with the offense. So they've got to summon it up, and I think they will, and that's why I think the Chiefs win at home.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. We appreciate it, for following us here and everything we do on Starcade Media, and for Brian B. Shine in and check out Brian's World Pod this week. I can't wait to hear if you held some stuff back, if you gave it all to us all here. I think there's going to be more on Brian's World this week, so stay tuned for that. I can't wait.
Oh, yeah. Drops on Wednesday. YouTube, be shining.
Absolutely. We will be there. We thank you guys for being here. Until next time, all of us, but maybe Clint, will be yelling, Go Chiefs!